about your experience and why you want every woman to know that their menopause doesn't have to be their mother's menopause.
I always had a fear of reaching menopause. My mother's menopause was terrible, and it was so bad, in fact, that she was bedridden, and they were thinking about committing her to a psychiatric hospital. So she had it very, very severe at a time when they probably knew a little bit about menopause, but not as much as they do now. So I always had this sort of fear in the back of my thinking that, oh, God, I hope I don't have menopause like my mother. About 5 years ago, I started getting the symptoms. I'm 56, so it was 51. I was fairly late. My mother started her menopause early. It started with sleeplessness, and then I started getting these, a little bit of this, I was in denial that they were hot flashes, but it would be like a train coming. It was like this pressure. I could feel it, and it's getting closer and closer, and all of a sudden, I'd have this pressure in my head, and I'd feel a little bit sweaty, not bad. But within the year, my hot flashes were like really, really, really severe and debilitating, where I'd have to bring a change of clothing with me, where I couldn't wear certain outfits. I was getting, when on bad days, up to 40 a day. I would count them for fun. It just got to the point where I even would be on stage, and I remember the first song, singing, and then having it come on under hot lights. I thought, this is ridiculous. I got to deal with it. So I go to see Dr. Nijon a couple times a year anyway to get my blood done. Went in to see him, and my estrogen levels were pretty much, well, almost non-existent. So he said, well, yes, we could put you on bioidentical hormone, but I have something I want you to try first. He pulled out this device called LadyCare. He said, all you need to do is snap this in place in your underwear between your pelvic bones, and they've had a lot of great results with it. There's been a lot of testing done with the Women's Police Force in the United Kingdom, and I thought, I kind of have to say I was kind of cynical about it and kind of, didn't roll my eyes, but internally I rolled my eyes. I took it home, and he said, well, sometimes it takes a couple weeks. It could be immediate. The effect is accumulative. It's different for everybody. So I put it in, and I have to say, immediately I felt the results. And I went from severe, severe, severe hot flashes to zero. Zero. My sleep was back to normal again, and my menopausal symptoms were completely non-existent. All I can say is that it's miraculous, and I've been wearing this device now for, I'd say, 4.5 years. Everybody I've given it to, most of the women I've given it to, it works for. It's something that I think, given the expense of HRT and a lot of people aren't covered by insurance, this is like a really inexpensive option to at least try and look at, because for me it works.